Chicago Fire Season 13 Final Deep Dive. Stellaride's Joy, Firehouse 51's Looming Losses, and the Unresolved Future. The Chicago Fire Season 13 Final, It Had to Be This Way, delivered a whirlwind of emotions, some exhilarating, some frustrating, and others downright heartbreaking. While the episode succeeded in advancing key character arcs, particularly for Kelly Severide and Stella Kidd, it also left glaring questions about the future of Firehouse 51, especially with the impending, yet frustratingly delayed, departures of Darren Ritter and Sam Carver. The unfinished goodbyes, Ritter and Carver's lingering presence. One of the most baffling choices in the final was its refusal to properly address the confirmed exits of Jake Lockett, Ritter, and Daniel Keary, Carver. Given that NBC had already announced their departures, the expectation was that the final would provide a meaningful send-off. Instead, both characters remained firmly embedded in Firehouse 51, leaving their exits to be explained in Season 14, a risky move that could backfire. Ritter's presence on the show has been crucial for representation, not only as one of the few openly queer characters in the One Chicago universe, but also as the last remaining black regular after Chief Bowden's departure. His underutilization has been a recurring issue, and pushing his exit to next season means his departure may feel even more abrupt. Meanwhile, Carver's sudden decision to leave for Denver, ostensibly to aid his sobriety, felt flimsy at best. If anything, his support system in Chicago, especially Violet Mikami, has been his anchor. His relapse storyline was rushed, and the last-minute rekindling of his romance with Violet only muddled the emotional stakes. By delaying their exits, Chicago Fire risks repeating past mistakes. Remember how Sylvie Brett's departure was handled in Season 12. The longer the show waits, the harder it becomes to craft a satisfying conclusion for these characters. Stellaride's pregnancy twist. A new chapter or a recipe for drama. The biggest shock of the final was Stella Kidd's pregnancy reveal, a development that, while exciting, also raises questions about consistency in her character arc. Kidd has always been vocal about her fears of parenthood, given her traumatic upbringing. While personal growth can certainly shift perspectives, the show didn't do enough groundwork to make this sudden change feel organic. That said, this twist opens up fascinating storytelling possibilities for Season 14. Will Kidd struggle with anxiety over becoming a mother? How will Severide, who has always been more open to fatherhood, handle the pressures of impending parenthood? The best-case scenario is that Chicago Fire uses this as an opportunity to explore their relationship in deeper, more nuanced ways, perhaps even revisiting Severide's own complicated family history. The worst-case scenario. The pregnancy becomes a superficial plot device, glossing over Kidd's very real fears in favor of feel-good moments. Pascal's leadership and the shifting dynamics of 51. Christopher Herman's selfless decision to step aside for Mouch was one of the most poignant moments of the final, a quiet yet powerful testament to the bonds within Firehouse 51. However, it also reinforced Dom Pascal's, Dermot Mulroney, growing influence as the new leader. While Severide's endorsement of Pascal was a significant moment, the show still struggles to make his integration feel fully earned. Pascal is a compelling character, but his dynamic with the team still feels transactional rather than familial. Compare his leadership to Bowden's, where Bowden commanded respect through years of trust and loyalty. Pascal's authority still feels like it's being tested. If Chicago Fire wants audiences to fully embrace him, Season 14 needs to delve deeper into his relationships with the team beyond just Severide. A rivalry-turned respect arc with Herman or Mouch could add much-needed emotional weight to his role. The looming threat. What's next for Firehouse 51? Beyond the character arcs, the final subtly set up several potential conflicts for next season. Violet's future. With Carver's exit looming, will Violet be left heartbroken again? Or will she finally get a storyline that doesn't revolve around her love life? Cruz's next steps. After his near-death experience earlier in the season, will he seek a promotion or reconsider his role in the Firehouse? The mystery of the missing chief. With Bowden gone, will the show finally introduce a permanent replacement, or will the interim leadership struggles continue? Final verdict: a bittersweet transition. The Season 13 final was a mixed bag, delivering satisfying payoffs for some characters while leaving others in frustrating limbo. Stellaride's pregnancy is a thrilling development, but it needs careful handling to avoid undermining kids' established fears. Ritter and Carver's delayed exits feel like a missed opportunity.